Hey, welcome into the Mystery Fifth Hour. It's presented by McCurry Van Car Rental. If you need a local rental company you can depend on, it is McCurry. We're about to talk about our perfect Friday night if we're by ourselves. That's from number 12. He comes up currently with our Mystery Fifth Hour topics. That is Little T, Taylor Corn, Jim Dunaway smirking at me, Rockstar staring at Jim. I'm Ryan Brown. That is Lance Taylor in his Friday Rams gear. We thank you for joining us and remind you that McCurry Van Car Rental has all the trucks, SUVs, and passenger vans you're looking for. They make it easy to rent. They get you in and out fast. Locations at Athens, Muscle Shoals, Huntsville, and at Coleman on 2nd Avenue Northwest. Big update coming soon to Tuscaloosa, Skyline Boulevard. Reserve your rental today, 256-559-1003, 256-559-1003, or visit McCurryRentals.com. That's McCurryRentals.com. Please give us a thumbs up and make sure you've subscribed to our YouTube channel. Before we start this topic, we're talking about being by ourselves on a Friday night. I know I don't have to ask these two. Do you like being by yourself?
Like in general, or just on a Friday night?
You like a good?
Yeah, I don't mind it. I'm normally not by myself. Now I've got two dogs, two Vizslas.
Yeah.
Ladybird moved states on me, so I've got two new rescue Vizslas, and they are a pain in the ass. So I don't really ever have a quiet night.
Right.
So I welcome that every now and then.
Yeah.
So it's not a lot, but when I can get one, I'll take it.
What about you, Little T?
I'm the same way, kind of. Sometimes I like it. Like if we have a hectic day up here, sometimes I go home and I'm like, I don't really want to talk to anyone for a little, you know? Like I would rather be in silence. I don't mind it, but I don't. Occasionally, I guess.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'm not one that can't be by myself, but I don't want to be by myself all the time.
Now, I know you two historically have enjoyed a little bit.
I absolutely love it.
You love it, don't you?
I crave it.
Dunaway, you too?
Yep, from the beginning.
From the beginning,
yeah.
from the womb?
I've always liked being by myself. And
I mean, I heard something you were talking about today that I've never heard anybody play Never Ever by themselves, but...
Yeah, that was a joke we were doing earlier. I've never played it.
Because you didn't want to play with yourself. I didn't want to play with me.
But sadly, there's very few things I never have ever by myself. So it's a...
Oh, my.
Yeah.
It's a...
You can't be surprised at that.
Every clog has been plugged.
I would say this, that part of my marriage is that Maggie knows that I have to have some built-in by myself time.
Yeah.
And it's been harder since we sold the house and we've condensed our living space. But back when I had the full-fledged sports room that was a long flight of stairs down away from everybody,
Long flight of stairs.
she knew that there was
Is that a Jane shot?
there was built-in times that
The electric chair that goes up.
Friday during football season, sometimes it'd be like, I'll see you Monday.
Yeah.
And I will stay down there and shower down there.
So,
Wow.
Room service.
She just throws like a raw piece of meat down every 6 hours.
So number 12 came up with this topic. So each of us has a Friday night. We're completely alone, and we can't invite anybody over. We are going to be 100% alone. How do we feel that Friday night? You're 100% alone, by yourself. Nobody else is there. What is I'm talking a perfect Friday night. Now, for our purposes, let's take a sporting event off the table, right? I mean, if there's a great sporting event on, I think we're all going to do that. So let's assume there's no great sporting event here. Perfect by yourself Friday night, Lance.
Oh, I think a great bottle of wine, an edible, and a really good 3-hour movie.
3 hours, exactly.
Too long.
You knew it was coming, didn't you?
No, really,
When you've seen or when you haven't seen?
One I haven't seen. I get excited for people that haven't seen really good movies that I believe are really good movies.
Which is me. We've discussed
Yeah, and
this.
you're like, hey, I'm going to go watch this finally tonight. I'm like, damn, I wish I'd never seen that.
Yeah.
So I get really excited because I came across one today, a 3-hour movie that I want to see that I've heard really good things about. So the next time I get a solo night, I probably won't do the edible because I typically don't remember all of the movie if I do that. But you know what? Sometimes I love doing this. My doubleheader feature of choice when I just want to laugh is Breakfast Club and The Hangover. So take an edible, don't need to remember them because I know them front and backwards, and just relax. And that's it, man.
So a double dip, Breakfast Club and The Hangover.
I don't eat steak by myself because I don't want to choke out.
Wow.
But can you not choke
Man.
out? Why would you be
Wait, at
more,
least you got a shot if somebody's with you.
But why would you be more prone to choke on steak than something else?
What do you
Steak just
eat?
seems like the object that people choke on the most. Would you guys agree?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't want to jinx myself, but
Yeah.
I'm like her.
Don't say anything.
I'm
That
like
would
her. Well, a piece of sushi, I could
Maybe.
swallow the wrong
I think a piece of sushi is going to slide down for the most part.
And break up. All of the
Yeah.
rice would just would it be
But
able to choke
I was
you?
defending your thing about the steak. I was trying to think of something else. Now you're going to blindside block me.
Yeah, I'm
one of my
blindsided you.
one of my good buddies' one of my good buddies' mom's friends died when we were younger, eating a piece of lettuce.
I was going to say,
Choking?
the vast majority of people I've heard that have either had to have the Heimlich performed on them, and I've seen it in person one time, and this was the case for that one, or have thought they were going to have the Heimlich. It's normally like a really small morsel of something, more so than a big piece.
Well, because-
it's like a small piece of bread or
Because the
something like
majority of people are embarrassed and they get up and leave the table and then they
that.
Not me,
Not
boy.
the time I saw it done.
Boy, my knees would
Yeah.
go weak, and I'd be like,
somebody's like, I'm just going to go to the stall and just chuck this up, and then they just pass out.
I was driving to work one day. And was eating the same thing I eat every single morning, and a piece of English muffin got caught in my throat. And I was able to cough it up real quick, but for a second, I was in that situation driving a car.
yeah.
Imagine
I've had that, especially when
It
I
was
had
tiny, man.
before I got the tonsils taken
Yeah.
out. There was such a gap, and I had to really be careful what I ate.
That happened to me in the back room. It was during a show once, and this was a while ago, months ago, but I was choking. You know when sometimes you just choke on spit?
Yes, I do
you
it all
have
the
nothing in
time.
your mouth. I was back there. I don't know what I was doing. I was folding t-shirts or something, and I don't even think I was talking, and I started choking, coughing, and I thought that I was going to throw up. Like I started coughing so hard that I thought that I was going to vomit, and I was
Right.
like,
Wow.
and I ran out here.
Were you wearing the lucky jersey?
I wasn't. It was not. I wasn't. But I
the
ran
camera
out
on
here,
him,
and I was
Scott.
like,
So there's one win.
yeah, one I didn't
one
choke
win is
out.
just-
No, I know what you're talking about. Have you guys ever heard of this? And not to freak you out, Dunaway, but you don't swim, so it's not going to be that big of a deal for you. But I forgot what the terminology / condition is. But if you swallow a little bit of water, people have drowned after the fact.
That was.
Wait, what?
It only
Yeah.
takes a spoonful.
Yeah.
Well, it's like kids.
Really?
I mean, it's just one of those fluke things.
A spoonful?
Yeah, Dunaway says stuff like that I never know. Where's that come from?
Tablespoon. not
Where's it
teaspoon.
come
Excuse
from?
me, tablespoon. My bad. Tablespoon.
Where does that come from?
It's the old saying. If it goes into right down into your lungs, a tablespoon of water can.
So I know
kill
what you're talking about, like kids that I've read about this, the kids that almost drown, and I saw it in a movie somewhere. I can't remember.
Yeah, not even that, but I've heard about people just getting water in their lungs
Yeah.
just a little bit, and then 2 or 3 hours later,
They just drop dead.
Yeah, it's like
know
something
that.
about the waters in their lungs or some crap like that. I don't really know the whole story, little T, but
What is it,
I've
Doc?
heard about
Something
that.
about the water.
Yeah. He knows I'm not right. From a movie he saw, which probably was less than 3 hours, but he knows I'm not
It was
right.
Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
Jason
I
had a
can't remember
bad
the movie
day.
it was either. Rockstar, perfect Friday night. You're completely by yourself.
And
no sporting event.
mine's gonna be completely boring. I'd be either watching TV, just being in complete silence for me. Even
Well,
like
that's not
reading a
TV.
book. I know besides like even I wouldn't continue doing the same thing. I wouldn't like be watching a movie because for some reason we haven't watched any new shows. Everything's been a cartoon, super now loud and obnoxious toys and stuff like that. So just sitting on a couch and having nothing and just like dead silence would be awesome. And then I'd be going to bed super early.
Like 9?
Yeah, probably 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then enjoying that. Can I sleep in the next day?
Oh, sure, it's your night.
I'm sleeping in till like 10.
see, I don't like going to bed early.
I don't really
Especially
either.
when I don't have to. I like staying up late
either.
and sleeping in, but I can never sleep in.
Yeah, I can't sleep
And I
in.
never really can stay up late except on weekends.
I wake up earlier on weekends, on days I don't have anything to do because
You know
I'm so
why?
excited
About
Yep.
breakfast.
that I've got nothing to do.
It's like when you're on a trip. Like,
Yep.
you know, I'll be in Vegas and I know I need to sleep till like 3 in the afternoon. And I'll get up at like 9. Let's go to a big breakfast with a lot of cocktails. Speaking of which, how good are these margaritas?
They're very,
Very
good.
good.
Thank you, Taco Mama.
Thank
Yeah.
you,
Friday
Taco
afternoon.
Mama.
Friday
Yes,
afternoon
little
margaritas.
Friday afternoon mark, courtesy of Lance Taylor. So Rockstars is pretty boring.
Well, I
That's
said I was
a lot of sleep. You watch TV and then go to sleep.
I read a book and like 20.
No meal?
Oh, I mean, like I'd probably get a pizza delivered or something like that. Like I wouldn't go out. 2017 was a fun year. I think I hadn't read probably, but like 4 books from 2016 down to 1989. And in 2017, I think I read 32 books.
32?
Including The Stand and It, which are both like 1,300 page books.
That was before Nancy, right?
Yes. 2017, that was when I went to Pensacola by myself and I read
That's right.
It and The Stand on my vacation. Like I went on the back balcony of our little, whatever, the condo thing. I read the entire time. And then I would go downstairs to eat a meal, come right back up and read, go into bed, read in bed. I was just so into the book, and I was like, I'm going to continue reading, and I just read, I think it was 32 books that year.
Yeah, that's probably,
awesome.
It's probably the amount I've read in my life.
Oh, I have
32 full
I
books?
just started a book though.
I've come
and
nowhere close.
I wish I enjoyed reading more.
I
There are
love
some people
it.
that like reading so much better than watching a movie. I just can't get into that.
Did you start? What kind of book did you start?
It's a motivational book. David
Okay.
Goggins. Nothing Can Hurt Me. I think Jack gave it to me.
Interesting.
Yeah, he's I kind of told this story last night,
Yeah.
right? He was like 350, 400 pounds and didn't have a job and was really depressed. And one day he just decided that he was going to start working his ass off, became a Navy SEAL. And the philosophy of the book is, no matter how successful you are, we probably only achieve about 40% of our entire, what am I looking for?
Potential.
Potential, yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
So he went from like 150 pounds overweight to a Navy SEAL.
Dude, he's completely ripped up. He's one of the biggest motivational speakers out there. Jack came across him on a reel from Joe Rogan. And so this guy has inspired Jack to really work out and start keeping journals, and he's been a really good inspiration for Jack.
Do you know if this is the guy that I've seen this guy think? So he says you wake up and the first thing you do is drink 10 ounces of hydrogen water. Then
hadn't gotten that before.
you go sit outside and breathe outside air do breathing exercises for 8 minutes.
I know what you're talking about.
Have you seen that guy? And
I don't know who it is, but I know exactly what you're talking
And
about.
then you walk
Richardson.
around, if you can, you walk around barefoot on the earth, on the ground. On the earth. No, I swear to you, like on actual, like on.
I'll find
soil.
out. He's just setting his story up right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've seen this guy though?
I've
That's
seen
fascinating
this
to
guy
me.
on Joe Rogan,
Yeah.
and he was talking about like you breathe
8
like
minutes.
a certain way,
Yep.
and I don't know, but
It's got to
yeah.
be outside air for 8 minutes.
Yeah.
You
drink
gotta let your perineum breathe too.
I don't know. Oh yeah.
There are some people that believe also getting in cold water,
Yeah.
like immersing yourself in cold water for like a minute to 5 minutes a day, completely wakes you up, gets everything going in the right direction. Because
It's supposed to be good for weight loss and stuff too.
I hate cold water.
I do too.
Absolutely.
I can't even take, like in the middle of the summer, I have a hard time taking a cold shower.
Yeah.
Well, those people have started buying those tubs for their houses, and they'll
Yeah.
first thing in the morning go get in it for I don't know how long. I wouldn't enjoy that.
Dunaway, Friday night, you're completely by yourself.
Love it.
TGIF.
TGIF.
Grill,
100%
40-year-old
grill
virgin.
out. I would grill
Hello.
out. Little steak, little sweet potato, little vegetables, nice salad. Probably would have a bottle of wine. And if hopefully it times out right, and maybe I'll do it in July, new release of EA College Football. I'd sit back and play some video games with that.
It's in the game. It's in
See,
the game.
I never, I loved playing EA, the college football, and Madden back in the day, but I never enjoyed it playing it by myself.
You played some Tiger Woods golf too, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I enjoy it because, I play dynasties. Current Madden, I've won 6 straight Super Bowls with the Buccaneers.
Dude, that's awesome.
So it's realistic.
Mainly because.
What kind of loser are if you can't win, though?
Yeah, well, I've been great with the front office, so it's been fantastic. I've been really a great general manager. But if the game was not out, I would prefer to have a really good series that I would watch instead of a movie. I'm more of a series guy instead of a movie guy.
Well, it's easier to 41 minutes to 50 minutes to be like, okay, I'm watching this one and then I'm done. You can't. I've never been one that can stop a movie midway.
That's right.
I know
That's right.
You can. I think Rocky can.
Yeah, I mean, I have to
You
do
just
it
don't
this
watch
summer.
movies.
I've done it, but I don't
can't
like
do
doing it. I don't like doing it. I'd rather watch.
Yeah, I prefer not to do it.
I'd rather binge watch something. Like I'm caught up on Game of Thrones. I think I was 4 years behind or 3 years behind. I caught up 3 years just for the new season was coming out and loved it. And have done that with a couple of shows before.
Would you rather spend a night alone or a night with Khaleesi?
Khaleesi's out of my league. Yeah. And I like the darker hair.
Good.
Just slightly darker.
Slightly.
Maggie's color, if she's watching.
If she's watching, if not, scratch that.
If
I'm
not,
married to her.
really red.
You were more Arya Stark.
Yes. Queen of the North. But that would be it. I enjoy, not too much noise. Do not want to talk to somebody. I get tired of talking to people.
See, I'm like Little T.
We
Make
talk
sure you
all
say
the time.
hello to Jim Dunaway when you see him.
We talk.
No, I'm like Little T though, no joke. Sometimes after doing what we do, where we talk 3 hours a day and then we have to tape shows and we do stuff like this, I'll get in the car wanting to turn the radio on. I'll just drive in silence.
We have a guy that we play with. His name's Patrick. He is from Dayton, Ohio. He did the Fleetwood Mac tour with us, and it is a 9-hour drive from Dayton, Ohio to here. to leave from here. And he has a little minivan, and he says, I don't listen to anything.
In a 9-hour drive?
He goes,
I can't do that.
He goes,
Yeah,
I have my own
that's
recording
multiple
studio.
nights.
All I do is listen to musicians record all day, every day. So when I have that opportunity to drive, I'll do 9 hours with the windows down, and I will not. It would be nothing but my thoughts. I was like, damn.
Wow.
9
Yeah,
hours is a little
when I
rough.
did play-by-play in Kansas that summer, I remember I went out there and I had a Jeep and had the top off. By the time I came back home, the radio didn't work anymore. And so I had to drive 18 hours with top down, no AC, no radio.
That's when you get a speaker.
Well, that was before. This is 95.
this is the 90s.
There was no speaker.
Jim Jordan?
A speaker wasn't a thing?
No,
Not like that.
Talking about with your
Bluetooth?
phone, like playing
Yeah.
Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Little T.
By the way, we didn't have
cell
phones.
phones, Little T.
You had to hand crank your car. It was Flintstones. You had to run it with your feet.
God,
Yeah.
I forget how young you are sometimes. So you thought in the 90s we had Bluetooth speakers and cell phones?
Yeah, or just like a speaker that you could just
Portable
throw in your
speaker.
car.
You could. It probably went on like 85 AA batteries that lasted 20 minutes.
Let me completely blow your mind. Lance could have found a radio station in his car, and in about an hour would have to find a new one because that one would run out.
Run
he'd
out of what?
The
Signal.
signal would run out.
Yeah.
You would go too far to hear the
The
radio.
only
There wasn't
frequency-
satellite radio.
There's no satellite radio
So it was
then.
only town to town radio. You have to change the channels.
Oh, like it is now.
Yeah.
Or
Well,
on
like it is
AM
now.
or
Yeah, but like
whatever
when
the
I
normal
lived
thing
in,
is.
so there was, it's about a 5-hour drive from LA to Vegas. And so I drove it a couple of times, and they only had one station in the desert, in the Mojave Desert, and it was a love station.
Oh, wow.
Like love songs.
Oh God, that's all. I would rather listen to nothing.
Well, I mean,
No,
I listen
no.
to love songs.
Rather listen to love songs.
Dunaway would probably choose
Because I think of
to
you
listen to
Thank
love
God.
songs.
two occasions,
Yeah, exactly.
Occasions.
day and night.
Oh, Dunaway.
All right, so if I'm by myself on a Friday night,
Golf simulator.
no golf simulator.
Did you do tea yet?
Well, she's gonna.
She went first.
She's gonna go last. She's gonna tell us who's got the best night.
Oh.
I grill a steak. I'm like Dunaway. I grill a huge steak too. Like I'll go big time porterhouse,
Yeah.
right? Massive steak.
Choke me down.
Don't even think about choke. I've never thought about it until Lance brought it up.
That's
I made the
what
steak by
brings
myself.
this up. What time you're starting the grill? What time are you firing up the grill to start this? Like, what did your night
What
begin?
Or dark.
Like what time of year is it?
Well,
I want
I
it to be
prefer to-
over the sunset.
Let's just say tonight. Tonight's Friday night.
Tonight's a Friday night.
6:07 is sunset time tonight, so I'd fire up the grill about 5:30.
Very specific. 6 or
Damn,
7.
dude, you check sunset times?
Yeah,
on my
6 or
watch.
7. I do like grilling before it's dark. I like God's light to grill and not have to depend on the other light. But I can.
He's not lying. It's 6:07.
6:07? Central, is that Central Time, Jim?
Central
Yep,
Standard.
Central.
So I grill me a big old steak and probably just go salad with it. Just steak and salad is fine with me.
No dessert.
I might get a dessert. Yeah, I might have a dessert. And then once that's done, might have a ranch water or just sweet tea or Arnold Palmer or a Diet Coke and sit out on my bed swing or my screened in
I
and
love
listen to
those
music.
things.
It's phenomenal.
I
little
love
tea.
those
I've had
things.
some of
I
the
had
best
one in my
naps in the
house
world.
Auburn.
Hey, this time of year, a bed swing on a screened in when the weather's cool like this, phenomenal.
Our Auburn house had one, and it was one of the
Bed
best
swings are
things.
awesome. And I'll sit out there and I'll listen to music and I'll just start like a playlist and I'll think, you know what song I haven't heard in a while is
Elvira.
Faithfully by Journey.
Oh.
I don't know.
Away wrong.
It's a weird song. You know why? Because Journey is basically singing a song about how faithful they are to their wife when they're on the road. And
know,
I'm
it's
like,
even-
there was probably some band members who are like, let's don't sing this at every concert.
Right.
You know what's
Well,
even
you know there was the one or two road guys.
Yeah, they're like,
You know what's
well, I do
even
not like this song.
crazier about that song? I heard a story on something. Faithfully, Prince had written Purple Rain and was so afraid that it sounded so similar to Journey's Faithfully, he actually called Steve Perry and the bassist saying like, hey, I've got a new song out. I want you to listen to it. I don't want to get sued or anything. The progression is super similar to Faithfully. They're like, Prince, you can do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah, you're freaking
And, like, so
Prince.
we had to give him permission to release Purple Rain.
Wow.
So if you
So
listen
do
to
you
Purple
think
Rain,
they
it sounds-
sound
Taylor Swift wouldn't let him.
he does when you
When you
got
know
brought
that?
up, like,
Yeah.
well, damn, like Sam Smith's "Stay With Me." It was like when somebody said it sounds like "Won't Back Down." It's like, yeah, for the chorus is the only thing, and then he had to pay Tom Petty some stuff.
It's like the
Parallel thinking,
yeah. But who was the kid? Robin Thicke.
Oh, yeah.
blurred lines.
Yeah,
Blurred
Blurred
Lines.
Lines. And he had to pay a shit ton of money to.
Well, 'cause he
who was
actually
the
used-
organizer?
He actually used
He actually used Marvin Gaye's voice.
Yeah.
It was a ripoff.
Yeah.
Well, and growing up, though.
Taylor Swift ripped off
Taylor Swift does not rip off.
Are you kidding me?
Taylor Swift does not rip
What's
off.
your-
Maisie
off.
Star. Fade to
Mazzy
me.
Star,
Which
Nice
song?
star.
Which song?
Fade Into You.
Yeah, Fade Into You is just like Lover. 100%.
Oh yeah,
It's
okay.
a complete ripoff.
I will give you
Oh,
that.
yeah. He's saying, yeah.
I'll give you that one. Yeah.
I mean, Vanilla Ice and Queen. I mean, that's a blatant
Yes,
ripoff.
and he had to pay for
And he
it.
had to pay. I mean, you're a big
yeah,
Queen
but
guy.
I mean,
That was
that's a lot of
clear
like
ripoff.
sampling. It's almost like, you know.
You can only do 3 measures. Is that right?
Well, Can't Touch This is a super freak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean,
But I remember
freak,
Vanilla
yeah.
Ice's argument was like, Under Pressure is dun 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 da da dun da, and my song is dun 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 da da dun da.
no, it's dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. My song is dun 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 dun.
Yeah,
dun,
he just
dun,
had it like a.
yeah.
Oh yeah, totally different.
There is a little slight difference, but
Totally
they're the
different.
exact
No, but
same.
I'd sit out on my screen and just listen to music. And it's weird, like a song will come to my mind. I'm like, God, I hadn't heard that in a while, so I'll find it on my phone.
With a speaker.
I do have a Bluetooth speaker, yes, and a phone, little T back
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
So I rode to our Bud Light game night with E.G. and her boyfriend Mikey.
Right.
And E.G. was like, I've got this song in my head. So she put it on her phone. It was Midnight Train to Georgia.
Oh yeah.
Now, I just think it's so funny the songs people get in their heads.
Yeah.
And why?
Like, can't really control it.
Without hearing it.
Like
why?
the other day, I got crushed because I was singing Do It Your Way, You Rule, Burger King commercial.
Oh,
I don't know why, because they just wear that
It's like
shit
they
out.
put it out of tune on purpose.
Because you watch college football, it is
Yep.
every commercial break.
Yeah. Jack and I were talking about that. It was like the shittiest products advertised nonstop.
And for 3 years now, put me in, coach, I'm the cheesiest.
Oh,
I'm like,
gosh.
God, would you please, Cheez It, do another commercial? I'll buy your product if you'll just do a new college
I'd rather
football
have the nurse that saw the baby on the highway do Cheez-It commercials.
Oh, wow.
Good endorsement.
bad. It's pretty
Good
bad.
endorsement.
The nurse that's.
All right, little T. I know you're never solo, but
I would grill. That's been my new.
That's been the
thing.
dominant answer is damn grilling.
And well, I would go to store. I think I would get Kaneka sausage and a
oh,
cheeseburger.
good choice.
And a cheeseburger.
Yeah.
I called Taylor one Sunday. I can't remember what it was about, but I called her. I was like, hey, what's up, little T? She goes, I'm just grilling some burgers. I was like,
It was like noon.
yeah, I was like,
probably.
I don't know.
Have you ever gotten
What a
good
Sunday.
potato
Whoever
bread and
wants them.
done like a Kaneka sandwich? So you can cut them like,
Yeah.
Oh.
really thin.
Like half. Like
yeah,
in
put them
half.
on some barbecue sauce, some jalapenos, some cheese.
You put them in a hot dog bun, too, and eat them like a hot dog. Like slice the Kaneka
Yeah.
sausage down
We
the
had
middle.
Kaneka dogs in
Phenomenal.
the stadium, Auburn games.
Yes.
They
I've
sold
had it at Auburn. It's really good.
I think that I would do that, but before it was dark. I don't like. That's why I made that comment earlier, because when I cut my toe that bad time when I was grilling barefoot, I have not grilled in the dark since.
Where do you just wear shoes?
Yeah, or that. But it's also like I just run in and out of the house. I'm like, I don't want to put a pair of shoes on and take them off, so I
That's
just go.
exactly
I don't anymore, but I did. I would get a bottle of wine.
Did you go down when you hit your toe?
Oh, she showed me the picture. It's awful.
Oh,
It's like a chunk of her
cut it
foot.
and I was like, oh my gosh. And I didn't know what to do, and I had like a spatula in my hand, and I ran inside and I ran upstairs because I was like, I need to get like a Band-Aid or something. And then I got this, I think my adrenaline wore off, and I had this excruciating pain. That was the first time that I thought I was going to be sick because of how badly something hurt.
And meanwhile, the burgers are burning.
And meanwhile, yeah, and I'm getting like my bath mat has blood all over it. Like my toe was gushing blood, and I called my dad. I was like, Dad, I don't know what happened. My toe's sliced on a rock.
It was probably,
And- yeah, and he was like, well, you get that cleaned up.
Your mother and I are smack dab in this series, and it is getting good. So
Yeah, this John Dutton fella.
hope it
walk it off,
better.
sweetheart.
I would get a bottle of wine. My thing is, I do like reading books. I like a good book, but I don't know. I need to find good TV. I like a documentary every now and then, but I think also,
Dear Zachary, you'd like it.
Dear Zachary.
Yeah, look it up.
Is this a Dunaway?
No, it's a documentary.
it's a Lance.
Don't do it.
Dear Zachary.
Don't
I
listen to
probably
it.
won't because I don't ever watch.
Don't.
Okay,
You would go, your head would explode. You'd be so pissed, so upset.
Okay, I'm probably just not gonna
Don't.
do that. But ever since this too, like we're on devices all day, out looking at like computer screens or whatever. So I've tried to find things that I can do that don't involve me looking at a screen, my phone or iPad, anything like that, because I feel like it'd be good for me. So I'm starting a new hobby. I'm gonna
Botanical garden watching.
What?
Walking in the botanical gardens.
No, I'm not gonna go to the botanical garden. No. Embroidery.
How old are you? Are
I
you
don't
going to
know.
knit next?
No. But it's like, okay, so this is what sparked my interest. Is my mom.
Took
my
you a picture
sister's-
of her great grandmother.
No. Y'all, I can make y'all cool stuff if y'all are nice about it.
What would you make us?
I don't know, whatever y'all want. Once I get good, I can make you a dolphin's something.
Okay. Make me a dolphin something.
I will.
Didn't you literally have to give Kelsey your backpack to put a logo on it?
No, I did that.
You did that?
Yeah.
Oh.
She gave me
You
the
did that.
I know I did it.
Yeah, you
Yeah, that
gave
was
her
you.
your backpack.
Yes.
No, but so what sparked my interest was my sister got married in July, and my mom like embroidered something on the inside layer, I guess, of her dress, and it was like, I don't even remember what it was, but I was like, okay, that could be something fun. And then of course, I talked about it, and so then videos started like coming up on my phone, and now I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this. Like dish towels, for example.
Yeah.
Like you could just embroider.
What do you
like,
embroider on the inside of a wedding dress?
like I think it was
Are
like
you
the
sure
day-
about him?
Yeah,
I think
or
it was-
if you're not seeing this on the floor on the
Blink
morning
twice.
after, you're doing it
Blink
wrong.
twice.
No, I think it was the date. I don't know, because you know how it's like something old, something new, something
Borrowed
blue.
something blue,
Yeah,
yeah.
and I think that was her something blue, and it was
Oh,
like
okay.
the date, I believe. I don't know, but I have a picture.
Tell the truth. Are you at this moment working on a scarf for Theo Vaughn?
No, oh my God, no, I'm not gonna make a scarf.
Ah, see?
Oh, so what would you make for Theo Vaughn?
Oh, for Theo? I don't know. I mean,
I would embroider my phone number.
I'm not gonna like make clothes. I'm gonna embroider like the things that y'all wear are embroidered. I'm not wearing anything embroidered, but like that patch is embroidered.
What about this
Yeah,
with this
that's-
dolphin's patch? That's embroidered, right?
Yeah, like I probably couldn't do that. I could try to do that, but it's like you can do stuff, normal things.
Can't wait to see the finished product.
I know.
Okay,
Will you do-
what do y'all tell me
I
what you
want
want me to do?
something
I'll do it.
dolphins. I want something
Okay, do you want a dish towel? Like a kitchen towel?
Not particularly.
Like, what do you
no.
want? What do you want? You want like
Oh,
a
shirt.
pullover?
I want something
I want a
to wear.
pocket square.
pullover.
I wanted a scarf.
I'm not making
That says
a
Theo
scarf.
Vaughn.
No, I'm not making a scarf. I'll make you a pullover.
Why don't you do this?
But-
EG's old man is into socks. Why don't you get a bunch of socks and embroider the socks?
I can embroider.
with our
Everyone
teams.
can choose a logo.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they can be the socks that come up like just a little over
What
your
about next
ankle.
round?
Yeah.
That seems complicated, but
Well,
No more than the
complicated
dolphins.
than that?
Yeah, you can't use the new dolphins logo. It's
Yeah,
got to be this
vintage.
one.
So I've
Vintage.
learned today she embroiders and
No, I'm
EG
gonna start trying to.
does calligraphy.
Calligraphy.
Yeah.
Calligraphy. That's hard as hell.
Yeah, my oldest daughter does calligraphy, and Rockstar's right. That is complicated.
That's what I said. When she said that, I said Anna Kate does that.
Yeah, she does.
But I don't know. I'll
It's
make
pretty
y'all
cool, though.
something.
okay, can't wait.
It might look awful, but
Well, Anna Kate will send you a calligraphy thank you note for me.
Did you do the D on Disrupt?
I could. Yeah, I
Yeah.
could do that.
Okay.
But like on what? I need the
A
material.
dish towel, apparently, because that was your suggestion.
Yeah.
That was my suggestion because I don't know, like, I don't know if I'm confident enough yet to do an actual shirt. Mm-hmm. But a dish towel is also smart. What I was thinking was cocktail napkins because I was like, I can make. That's like a good wedding gift. I was like, I would make that for my sister and her husband, like their initials, like last name, whatever, like on those like linen cocktail napkins. Like those would be good gifts. Like when y'all need to give a gift, I could make them for you and give them to you. You could-
Do you guys ever stare at clouds? Look how cool those look.
Am I boring you that bad?
Yeah, I think so. You lost Dunaway.
No,
Look
it's just,
great.
No, it was all
Just
amazing.
looking over you.
just a beautiful setting. You with those clouds behind you.
No, then you just made it worse.
Buster.
Blooper.
What's that? Blooper.
Blooper.
That's going to do it for the Mystery Fifth Hour. Thank you for joining us. If you need a car, van, or truck, rent from McCurry Van Car Rental, the local rental company you can depend on. All kinds of vehicles to choose from, including trucks, SUVs, and passenger vans. They make it easy to rent, get you in and out fast. Athens, Muscle Shoals, Huntsville, and Coleman right there on 2nd Avenue Northwest. Coming soon, Skyland Boulevard in Tuscaloosa. Call them today, 256-559-1003 or McCurryRentals.com. Please give us a thumbs up and make sure you have subscribed to our YouTube channel at Next Round Live and at Disrupt the Media. All right, thank you for joining us for the Mystery Fifth Hour.